perfect creation of God, exquisite light that shines on everything. This is who and what you are. And the rest of the journey is to accept it, live it, breathe it, be it. Why does it seem so hard to be what you truly are? Everywhere that everyone looks, it isn't reflected. From the moment of incarnation, everyone is in agreement for battle and for pain and for limitation. Imagine a child incarnating, and the first words that they say are love, forgiveness, peace. God. And that is their awareness of the center of their life. And they speak to God in every moment. And they speak to God through every aspect of everything. And from morning till night, they revel in the perfection of love. That child looks for nothing and only wants to give, only wants to serve. That child accepts and lives that there is nothing missing. That they look to no one to give them anything that they believe is missing. They offer love. They're not afraid of anybody. There isn't an ounce of fear within them. There isn't a drop of fear. There is not a drop of comparisons. There is not a drop of battle, of winning, of losing. They aren't afraid to go to school. They expect the teachers of God will teach them. That's within every beloved. That truth, that clarity, that freedom, that purity, that is the truth of your being. And yet it seems to be a foreign language, a different planet. And when every beloved realizes that this can't be it, this can't be all that there is, and pain and suffering just seem to be too prevalent for anything. And yet the fear that comes up of everything that I believed I must question. Everything that I held so proudly as my truth, I have to question. every beloved that I knew, everything I thought I knew about them, every nuance of their being, every personality, every like and dislike, everything that anyone ever said. I'm asked a question. I'm asked a question because everything that I thought I heard, everything that I thought I saw, everything that I thought I felt, I made up. The grand scheme of making up a world and putting players in it that suit your illusion of what you think is true. And then in the journey of love, everything can shift. Everything can be unraveled that was just lies. Recognizing lies is not the same as identifying a liar. Lies are the errors of believing that this world is real. There are no liars, just the lies. A liar would be giving someone an identity that has no truth. But the mistaken lies are happily brought to the light so that no one else has to be in pain with those beliefs. So the lie that says I am separate is thrown into the fire of love. The lie that says I should be in control goes into the fire of love. And the lie that says I will be hurt, I will be damaged, I will be killed goes into the fire. When you toss those lies with happiness into the fire, you're giving the greatest gift that you could give to humanity. Because when your lies are thrown into the fire, you create a space of harmony, a space of light. And others will somehow recognize that space, and they will begin to toss their lies into the fire. That is the gift. That all the beloveds that you have known, that you hold for them and pray that they find the fire and release everything that was made up and come back to freedom, the freedom of love, freedom of innocence, beauty, perfection, kind of identity do you believe you could give anyone that would have even a grain of sand of worth when you could give them their complete innocence and complete reflection of God? No identity that you could give anyone could stand in the light of the truth of their being. How many have prayed for someone's upsets or meanness or scary behaviors, that you want their behaviors to change? And you prayed for their behaviors to change, but you don't maybe yet realize that it isn't the behaviors, it's the fear. It's the fear of God, the fear of love. And pray for every beloved that you have walked with in this world. Pray for every one of them that they can remember the perfection, because you are remembering for them. And it's the true gift that you offer. It's the true offering. Imagine that you celebrate a holiday where there's gift giving, and you give them a gift, but inside the box it says, "I remembered who you are," instead of, "Let me give you a gift that your identity would be impressed with." Give them the gift of remembering. It's the only gift. The gift of love. That is your sole purpose. And what a glorious purpose it is. So many are waiting for the blessing, the grace of kindness, the grace of charity, the grace of honesty. How many beloveds are waiting for your courage to stand in the light of who you truly are? And offer that love. Sometimes you can begin with offering the truth, the light of each beloved in a quiet, inner way. But eventually, you will at least whisper to them, "I remember." And the world becomes free through that love. Hold it as the gift that you are called to bring. And every beloved that receives it will will feel the seed has been planted within them, and their own stirring will truly begin. The perfect gift. Allow in this moment, in your prayer, in your intention, that you're here to love. You're here to remember love. You're here to offer love. You're here to bring peace and harmony. You're here to surrender into the hands of love itself every opinion, every assessment, every comparison, every idea of being unfairly treated by anything within the world. Everything. Surrender. There is only one presence here. It is the life force of God. And within this life force, we live and move and breathe as one. Living and moving and breathing as one. Are you ready to accept the life force of God that is within you and live as one? Or is there still a fear that there may have to be sacrifice? Sacrifice of an identity, sacrifice of a way, sacrifice of control, sacrifice. But love promises there is no sacrifice. What you are surrendering into that fire, you see as it hits the hot flames that it's actually nothing. It doesn't even take any heat for it to disappear, because it never was. And the freedom that is waiting to be embraced, the freedom that is peace, the freedom that is harmony, the freedom that is kindness and grace. How could you be afraid? Accepting the truth of love and affirming that this universe is all love. There is nothing in it that is not the creation of God. All the forms are just complete hologram, changes, shifts, nothing to hold on to. But the strength and the power of love, that is the reality. The sanctuary is filled with love. It's all that exists, all that is possible. And we live in the divine union of all love. No differences, no comparisons, no differences. So there is nothing to compare, nothing to protect. If there's nothing to compare, there's nothing to protect, nothing to defend, nothing to prove. because there's only divine union. How blessed that only the union of love exists. Mother, oh my mother, release me from this pain. Mother, oh my mother, release me from this pain. This pain has been my life. Only you can set me free. Your love can set me free. Mother, oh my mother, release me from my pain. Mother, oh my mother, release me from this pain. I want to be with you. I want to feel your love. Please help me, my mother, to feel your love. I want to know your love. Can it be so simple to ask for release, and release always comes? The acknowledgement of what you've made, and then now you're ready to surrender and be set free from the insanity of the past. The divine hears every call for love and answers it. Release me. And the heart says yes. And the release comes. I must love. I must love with all of my heart. Blessed Mother, you've come to show me the way into the truth of love, to return to God. Oh, my Blessed Mother, my Divine Mother, I give you everything that I've carried, and I ask to return to the truth of love and learn the truth of love. My Divine Father, I am here. We say yes to the forgiveness. Yes for everything. From every minute past, we ask to be released and relieved of our distortions and our disillusions, letting them all go. We say yes to remember to love. El derramar no coração a Virgem Mãe foi que me deu para eu amar ao Senhor Deus. Ó Virgem Mãe, Divina Mãe, vós nos perdoe os filhos seus, para nos amar ao Senhor Deus. Divino Pai, Rei Criador, vós nos perdoe, nos pecadores, para nos amar o grande amor. I must love. The diamond takes shape. Some parrots have become so skilled with the human voice that they give a brilliant discourse about freedom and God. And an unsighted man nearby might even begin applauding with the thought, I just heard jewels fall from the great saint's mouth. Though my master used to say, the diamond takes shape slowly with integrity's great force, and from that profound courage to never relinquish love. Some parrots have become so skilled with words that the blind turn over their gold and lives to caged feathers. There is a belief within the journey of love. And within this journey, the belief says, I have to write a script so that I sound holy. I have to write answers so that I can give the right answer. But what's missing from the parrot? The parrot can't find its heart. And so it repeats. But every beloved is called to the words of love. But it is the heart speaking. It isn't words coming from the mind that formulate and put together something that somebody could be proud of. When you offer love, the love is given so freely that it shoots out of the heart chakra and hits the beloved before they even know it. The words are waiting in your heart. You've spent lifetimes and lifetimes using the mind to make sure things are right. Scramble it all up. Let your mind become scrambled. It can be a beautiful, beautiful gift when you can't formulate correctness. But that what's coming from your heart can look like a sloppy mess. But the heart has already delivered the love. And even if the words seem like a sloppy mess, they were just a distraction while love pierced the heart of the beloved. The fear of love. You could line up 10,000 people and ask, are you afraid of love? Nobody would say yes. Everybody would say, gosh, no. I've been married 3 times. And that must be some kind of proof. Or was it for? Learning to love has nowhere in this world can you say, oh, it's like this, or it's like that. Oh yeah, I remember I did a sabbatical for it, and it was like that. It can't even be that you touched love, but as soon as you think you know love, whatever you touched is no longer available. Because there really isn't a knowing of love. It is. And when you embrace love, when you accept love, love is what you are. And when you accept that love, you have to offer it. When you accept love, you can't keep it for yourself. It's not possible. It just isn't possible. It would blow up. It would melt. Love has to be offered, has to be extended, because it is its natural force of power. Offer words of love that come from the heart. And the arrow, the light of love, will use that as a distraction so that it can pierce the hearts of all that you want to pierce, or you're called to pierce. You have to. Imagine that you have a friend that says, you know, my next door neighbor is really bothers me. She does this, I don't like it. And you listen, and then the next day, that next door neighbor comes over. And you have this exquisite choice to believe the pain of this other beloved who is irritated, or to refuse to see anything but the light within this beloved, and to include the beloved who was so irritated. The old way would be to join sides, kind of agree with your friend that, yeah, I'm going to check this neighbor out to see how irritating they really are. Because the ego loves allies. It loves pain and suffering with allies. But as soon as you believe that there is an ally in the world that is to join in pain and suffering, you're in pain and suffering. And aren't you tired of the pain and suffering? The temptation that seems to be in the world that says, ooh, a little drama over here, a little gossip over here, a little, upset. little irritation. None of it has any purpose or any meaning. None of it. And as you begin that journey of choosing, you start to realize that the little bit of peace is so exquisite. The little bit of harmony, the little bit of joy is so exquisite. You can't choose the pain and suffering anymore. But the beauty is that you have come so far to realize that you choose, that you have that divine choice. It's a temporary choice, but a necessary choice. And that you have this power within you to choose love, to choose peace and harmony. And what if the beloved, your friend who has her, doesn't want to choose peace? They're determined that their next door neighbor is irritating. Then you are the one who is called to bring that love and hold it for both. Does anybody need to know that you're doing this? Only if it's helpful. Other than that, it's the quiet place of love, but it's not tiny. It expands into this great love. It expands into the space, and everyone is blessed by it because you were willing to love and to offer that love. You have such power. You don't have to listen to the parrots anymore within the world. Enter into the quiet of love, and love shows up. Simply, fully. Some parrots have become so skilled with the human voice that they can give a brilliant discourse about freedom and God. There are many in this world who have become so skilled, just like parrots. But look for the heart. Look for the heart. Recognize the heart. Offer the heart. And what will come from the mind will be blessings. The mind won't be able to find its old way because the heart has come front and center and carries the power of God. Allow it. Allow it to be your voice and your love that you offer. Illusions about yourself and the world are one thing. You can't separate your illusions about yourself from the illusions of the world. If you try, you won't be really able to, because everything that you think about the world is an illusion. And everything that you think about yourself is an illusion, other than peace and harmony and joy and the truth of love. So life becomes easy because you just focus on God. Every time I repeat the teaching that I received of asking, am I experiencing peace? Am I experiencing joy? If I'm not, I'm making something up. Allow this teaching to go everywhere with you. Put it in your pocket. And check to make sure it's still there every once in a while. But use it. Use it in every situation. How simple can healing be if you just ask the question, am I experiencing peace right now? You'll be able to tell. Every one of us have known when we're not at peace. But it's the question that allows you to become present. And when you ask the question, you're already in a certain alignment. And you can then see what it is you're choosing. And if you're choosing fear, if you're not at peace, do not stop until you do. Don't stop asking until you choose peace. If you are in fear, you are in pain. If you are in pain, you've forgotten that you are the creation of God. And the ease of coming back is to accept peace, that nothing is happening right now to take away your peace. I could see peace instead of what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I think I know. What is it for this teaching to be so blatant? I could see peace instead of this. Am I experiencing peace? If I'm not, I'm making something up and I choose peace. I surrender. Surrender to you, dear God. I surrender what I just made up. I want peace. I say yes to peace. I choose peace. It's such a brilliant teaching because there's no wiggle room. There's no wiggle room of, well, I was a little irritated, or I was a little out of peace, or no. I can choose peace instead of what I'm believing in right now. And I will choose peace now. Everything can be so simple, so easy, without the confusion of the mind. Only appreciation is the true offering to every beloved. Only appreciation. Do you have to find appreciation? Sometimes, yeah. You can be just walking through your day, and appreciation may not have come to you at all because your mind is on automatic. But if you stop every half hour and appreciate the blessings, the truth, the light, way, if you appreciate it, you will enter into the transformation of love. Only appreciation is the true offering to every beloved. Only appreciation. But how could you be in appreciation if you're not aware of appreciation? So stop and allow that from the moment that you wake up in the morning, let your heart be filled with appreciation. Begin your day in praise of love and appreciation for every teacher that will come into your life today. Every teacher, everyone that will show up to offer you a place of healing. Now you may think, oh, okay, well that's only going to be people. Not necessarily. You could be walking your cat. And that being is not a cat, and are you appreciative of its wisdom and its offering to you? Or is the cat there to give you entertainment and an idea of something instead of appreciation? What is it about appreciation that is so important? As soon as you enter into appreciation, you are opening your heart and you are awake in that moment to recognize the perfection of every encounter. And the appreciation that you extend becomes your own healing love. You can't help but expand your heart when you are appreciative, when you are grateful. Same thing. Gratitude expands because it's love. And the gratitude drowns out any old bitterness, any old determination that you know more or better or whatever. It drowns out competition. It drowns out envy, jealousy, drowns it all out. How can you be appreciative of the gifts of someone or some being that you can't hold anything else but the gratitude? And the gratitude is love. It isn't anything else. It's love. Maybe you think that gratitude for something trivial isn't worth the space that it takes. But it's remembering that there are no little things. Everything is the maximum of love. And when you are in your heart in appreciation, you are expanding and you are blessing and you are accepting everyone that you have that appreciation for. You're accepting everyone as your heart. It's as if you were the one that was the offerer, and you're in appreciation for your own offering, because that other beloved is you. And they will either inspire you because of the gratitude that you have for their kindness, for their offerings of love, for their beingness. You'll receive from that. It will keep your heart open, and it will cause you to continue to pay attention to bring gratitude throughout your day. How many times in the day does the ego want to have a gripe about something? Weather, whatever it is. Appreciation, can't gripe. The gripes they just kind of disappear because you're too full of appreciation and gratitude. Is this any different than being grateful for when you sit down to eat, that for the food that is there? Oh, it's the same. But it's being so present and really grateful for everyone's holiness, for everyone's perfection, and for the divine union of love. That is all that there is. The union of love, where there are no differences. Who is it that you think is different? Who does your mind zero in on and make something different about them? Forgive yourself and bring them into your heart and hold them in that gratitude. The blessings that you are offering are setting you free. Everything that you offer of God's love sets you free. And how does it set you free? Because when you are grateful and recognizing the blessings that are always flowing, it wipes out your past. You can't hold on to it. And bring those beloveds in for gratitude also. Because there isn't anyone who hasn't walked with beloveds, and this is now the time that you can realize that without those teachers, you wouldn't have the longing to remember God. Gratitude for those teachers, even if it seemed to be insane. Let the gratitude fill your heart and be that gratitude. The world of codependency looks like love, looks like caring. But the world of codependency says, I'm acting as I care about you because I'm afraid of not having your company or your presence in my life. heart isn't really in it. It's saying, I need, I want, I have to have. And love is just pouring without any sense of having to get anything. Be free, free of the old agreements that said, I'll be nice to you and then you'll be nice to me. I'll be nice to you and then I'll feel safe. Love has to be given freely, without conditions, without the ego's game, because truly there's no love there. But it can be shifted in a moment when you no longer are looking to get, and the freedom of that awareness, the freedom of, I must love. I must love with all of my heart because the Blessed Mother has asked me to love. And I need nothing because all is provided in the love of God. And yet, so appreciative of every beloved's perfection, of every beloved's offering. Let the gratitude pour from your heart. Pour. And let the fear come up that may be underneath the pouring of that gratitude. Am I giving too much? Am I going to be left with nothing? Am I going to be a chump because I'm so grateful? Let all those lies come up to be brought to the light, to see them for their upside downness. You can't love too much when it's freely given. And you can't have too much gratitude. And let it heal your heart. It's who you are. And it joins you with all beloveds, truly. Peace will come to all who ask for it with real desire and sincerity of purpose. I must love. That's the sincerity of your purpose. I must love. Without conditions. Freely given, freely offered. I must love.